It's a Luke Ertel summer cart.
The summer of Luke Ertel, you think in like 25 years we'll be on your back patio, hopefully, just watching our sons come back from a little light morning nine before they come hang out with the family. And we're just like, let me tell you about this one summer where this one kid named Luke Ertel just took the high school basketball scene by storm, and then they tell us to shut up.
Two things. Absolutely insane that you think our sons would only play nine. Second, absolutely insane that you think we'll still be friends in 18 years. There's a fallout happening for us at some point that neither one of us sees coming. But yeah, it's a hot Luke summer. That's what I'm dubbing it. It's a hot Luke summer. And he is starring again. He's at the NBPA Top 100 camp. We have a separate video on the channel of our biggest risers. We mentioned in that video, we singled out four guys, couple Purdue targets in that group as well, Ted Kinney and Colvin Landrew. Luke Ertel would have been our fifth riser, but we wanted to do a separate video on him because we've been covering him so much lately. It was a pretty loud performance from Luke Ertel again yesterday. And I mean that largely positively, but I do think there were some elements of his game yesterday that I'd like to discuss with you that I don't know are just starting to pop off a little bit as we cover him more. In game one, he finished with 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. He was 2 for 4 from three. You could we watch these games, but you can find a lot of clips of this online. Um, the shot making was on full display. He's a special scorer. It's translating against the best of the best. And yesterday at this camp, he was paired with Dylan Mingo, who was arguably the best player at the event and also a point guard. And as a tandem, these two were essentially unstoppable. He only played 22 minutes in that first game because he had 3 fouls, so there was some foul trouble stuff going on. Then in the second game, he followed it up another win. They won both these games. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 for 11 from the floor, 3 for 6 from three. So he shot great at this event, but he fouled out. So foul trouble was a thing for Luke Ertel in both of these games, which I found a little bit interesting. You saw some of these clips, I'm sure. What are your thoughts on Luke Ertel's performance?
Oh, he's a bucket. It's like a certified bucket. I know you were joking earlier, like calling him Brandon Jennings, but I think a lot of people like to do the whole Luke Ertel to Braden Smith thing. But when you talk about Luke Ertel, you got to talk about these crafty, maybe a little bit undersized guards that just they find a way to get buckets. And Luke Ertel does that in a lot of different ways. Like he has the finishes around the rim, he has the pull up jumper. Like he showed in this camp, he can do it from 3 point range as well. And also, Luke Ertel ain't leaving the floor without his shots. Like, with all due respect to him being on a team with Dylan Mingo, that's all great and well. We're not falling by the wayside. We need our shots, a foul trouble or no foul trouble. But yeah, I think that Luke Ertel is just somebody who like, you put the ball in his hands, you're like, go score. And you might look at him and be like, okay, there's no way you're just giving the ball to this kid and saying, go score. He's not like just the biggest, greatest guy or anything like that, but he will do it. Set him a screen, he'll do it. Playing one on one, he'll still do it and be crafty with it. He's a bucket getter.
No one understands this reference, and we've said this before on a video, but I have to say this again to you. He's literally Jake Bullock fully realized. Like literally, he is our friend that was like a leading scorer in Aquinas school history here in Michigan. Just a lefty, absolute undersized bucket that nobody can stop, that everybody underestimates, and every time the ball rolls out, he's like, "I'll kill you," and he's right. You don't do anything about it.
Like locks without the dickheadness.
Honestly, Luke Ertl might have the dickheadedness, though. I don't know because there was one clip yesterday I want to talk about. So the first clip that people pushed to social media, I was watching this yesterday live, by the way. So he, it was I think his first or second shot of the game. I can't remember. It was early in the game, but he comes kind of flying to the corner and he just catch and shoots a fadeaway three from the corner, air ball, and his team gets the rebound, swings it back up top. Luke Ertl sprints from where he just airballed straight back to the ball, demanding the ball. They swung it right back to him, and he just no conscience lets it fly again. Bang, hit that one. Obviously, he shot the ball well. I just read you the numbers, but like I don't know. I feel like I've only seen clips for the most part of Luke Ertl. I mean, we'll get to a point at some point we can truly watch his first games. But when you watch clips, you don't see the bad parts of his game. When you watch full action, you can see a little more. And there's not a lot bad. Let me be clear. But I don't think I realized how much of a green light this kid gives himself in his own head. Like that is the number one thing that shines through. And I understand that every time he has a good game, this happened yesterday, by the way. Every time he has a good game, people start making Braden Smith comps. I want to be abundantly clear. There's not much at all that is similar between Braden and Luke Ertel. They are
Yeah.
both great basketball players, great prospects from the state of Indiana, undersized Caucasian point guards going to Purdue. That's about where it ends. If you're looking for a Purdue comparison for Luke Ertel, genuinely, Carson Edwards is a better comp. This kid will just be an unconscious, I'm going to shoot constantly guy. And it goes in at a rate that you have to start molding things to him. Like that's what Painter did with Carson, right? He didn't necessarily want Carson Edwards shooting 50% of his team's shots the first couple of years. Carson earned that by being unstoppable and became the best guard in the country by the time he left. I don't know what Luke Ertel's path is going to be. Obviously, we know he's going to Purdue and he's going to be damn good. But I'll be really fascinated to see where this goes because I do think, mixed in with how aggressive he hunts his own shot, he can pass a little bit, he can run pick and roll, but everything he does is through the lens of how can I score next? And I don't mean to say that's not him. He's a winning player. Like you can win around a score first guard. Don't get me wrong. I would love to go into battle with him. I would love to employ this kid as my point guard. But he is much more score general than floor general right now. And I don't even know if I like that term. That felt wrong, but I went with it.
No, that's a bar.
Yeah.
You should feel good about that.
Okay, cool. This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
Please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New York.
New York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado
is. It's in Colorado. There's a state of Colorado.
Is that this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video.
Yeah, rock with that. Yeah, I mean, I think you really hit the nail on the head. It's like you got to put him in the mold of like who are the best scoring undersized point guards that we've seen, like in Big Ten, like in Big Ten history. Like that's
Brandon Jennings.
I'm not saying there's a certain line I don't want crossed.
Why can't we do Brandon Jennings? Lefty, super small. Just how are you going to guard him?
I would. Okay, obviously we just don't do this here. I will share my screen right now. We can watch Brandon Jennings' Oak Hill Balls Life mixtape right now. And I want you to tell me where you see Lucas Ertel in that tape.
On the pull-up jumpers. It stops when he jumps. But
so if anyone out there, hop on Synergy and please cut up Brandon Jennings high school pull-up jumpers, and then he's Brandon Jennings. But yeah, I just think that he's a bucket getter straight up. I said like stuff like Kolick and things like that, but it's just a point guard that is a lefty and can score the ball at a very high rate.
There's no Kolick.
Why?
Kolick was premier genius ball screen passer floor general. Kolick would go out and abundantly not shoot as much as he should at Marquette. That I can promise you this, genuinely, I will promise you this. Luke Ertel not shooting enough will never be a problem. Ever. And again, right now, he's on a tear this last month and a half where he is lighting it up. I mean, he's torching dudes. I haven't seen an inefficient Luke Ertel game. And he takes tough shots, man. So I think it's going to translate because he's rising up in competition. We saw him do this to Braylon Mullins last week. He's doing it to the NBPA camp right now. These are all 5-star, 4-star recruits. Like I just think it's going to translate offensively right now. But it is again, there's different archetypes with point guards. You know, you've heard this from me before. There's the Jeremy Fears, Xavier Simpson archetype where I'm just I can't shoot. I'm going to pass and be dominant. There's the Braden Smith archetype where you're the best passer there is, but you've got this bag of mid-range shots. And then you've got Luke Ertel, who to me is the Carson Edwards mold, where he's just going to shoot every time he touches the rock and it goes in. So build around it is what you got to do. I do have a theory on Luke Ertel, though, that I want to share that I think might come across as a little. I don't know. The first negative thing I've said about this kid in a month, and it's not negative. He is so underrated right now that I think he's going to end up overrated.
I can kind of see that.
Like, I think there's going to be this mass overcorrection to him where, oh shit, we all missed. Have you seen what he's doing?
Yeah,
He's
yeah, I feel like we're already starting to see it. It's like, I mean, I don't know how Luke Ertel's not a top 20 player in this class. I don't know how Luke Ertel's not the best point guard in this class or something. Like I've seen, not maybe not best point guard, but I've seen a little bit of like, there's not a world where Luke Ertel's not a top 40, top 30 player in this class. Where it's just like, yeah, a little too far.
What do you think he is numbers wise? Because I think I said he's top 50, and I feel comfortable with that still.
I feel good anywhere between like 40 and no lower than like 58.
I'd put him as high as 30 right now, and I wouldn't put him lower than 50. I think he's a high end 4-star prospect, which is still significantly better than the services have him as. I would bet my life that when they start to update these, that he's going to be reflected in that. My concern is this: he's not a top 10 player in this class. He's just not. Maybe he will become that at Purdue. And the evidence of this is that he was paired with the actual best point guard in this class at this event, Dylan Mingo. Dylan Mingo was just all around impacting the game in so many ways, scoring better, passing better, rebounding better, defending better, all of it without fouling. Like,
Yeah. And
that's the 5-star guard here. Luke Ertl
right.
is the 4-star running mate right now. And that's fine. It's great. But I don't know. I watched them, and I think part of it they went 2-0. They were dominant as a tandem. But I think part of it that got me thinking this is literally seeing him play next to Mingo, this guy who can do everything on the basketball court. Luke Ertl has things he can't do right now. He's great at scoring. I mean, he couldn't stay in front of anybody yesterday. That's why he had 8 fouls in roughly 30 minutes.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it's fair to say it's like not even a down on him, but even when you go through like the list of top 30 prospects, there's just like I respectfully to Luke Ertl, he's just not above those guys.
And I mean, there's a world where this keeps rising because he's on a heater right now. But yeah, I hope I think for his sake, like this sounds crazy. It's not the end of the world if they keep him ranked where he's ranked. Because if that's the narrative coming in, he'll come into Purdue and whatever he does will feel like an overachievement. I fear a little bit that there's going to be this big overreaction from the services that's like Luke Hurdle's risen all the way up to 16th nationally, and then we're gonna have to be like you know.
Yeah.
But another great week, man. I'm excited to watch him again. I think they got more games today, so watch. He'll somehow have like 45 with no fouls. We'll have to come out here and be like, he's number one in the country.